Good morning, everyone. As always, place your cross on first, no matter what's going on in your life. Keep your cross on. Stay the course. Stay the course. He chose you for a reason. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Yesterday I was reading from John when Jesus spoke of all those that came before him. They were thieves and robbers. Like I said, there have been many false messiahs throughout history, claiming they are the Son of God. You understand? And Jesus tells you about this. Many people came trying to be me, but they weren't. They were all false. You understand? Anyway, let's fast forward to John 17. These words spake Jesus, and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify thy Son, that thy Son also may glorify thee. As thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. I've read this so many times. And this is the life eternal, that they might know thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent. I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. One thing you're going to realize about all these other myths and legends, all of them believe in multiple gods, right? That's the one similarity that they never talk about. Osiris, Egyptians believe in multiple gods. You understand? The Bible don't teach of multiple gods. Greek mythology, Hinduism, Buddhists believe there are many Buddhas, that you can become a Buddha yourself. Do you understand? God and Jesus, they talk about one God. That's it. And he had one son. And everybody else were fake. If you are a Christian, put yourself in remembrance of this. You understand? So nobody won't trick you. There are no other gods according to our Bible. There are no other. All those other ones believe in multiple deities. I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, O Father, before I even go, something just dropped in my head. There's another deity that's coming, that's going to claim he's the Messiah, the Antichrist. So guess what? They're going to trick a lot of y'all, but he ain't going to be able to trick the elect. And now, for the glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. I have manifested thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. Thine they were, and thou gavest them me, and they have kept thy word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are of thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them. When you receive something, you keep it. Right? And have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. And all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. And I am no more in the world, but these are in the world. And I come to thee, the Holy Father. Keep through thine own name those who thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me, I have kept. And none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, and the world have hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. I pray that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil that's in the world. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. This is what we go off of. We don't go off nothing else. As thou hast sent me into the world, even so I have also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. And I pray not for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word, that they all may be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And the glory which thou gavest me I have given them, that that they may be one, even as we are one. It's something about that oneness. I and them and thou and me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that thou hast sent me, and hast loved them as thou hast loved me. Father, I will that they also, whom thou hast given me, be with me where I am, that they may behold my glory, which thou hast given me. For thou lovest me before the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, the world have not known thee, but I have known thee, and these have known that thou hast sent me. And I have declared unto them thy name, and will declare it, that the love whereof thou hast loved me may be in them, and I in them. You see, the word tells you, you're not going to be like the rest. Why? Because God chose you from the beginning. Do you understand? So people love to believe lies. Like the biggest thing the devil wants to do is persuade you that, look, there's been many Christ. You see, let's take the Muslim faith and some of the Jews. They still waiting on the Messiah to come. But the Messiah came. He described it as, I sent workers in the vineyard. I sent this one person. They beat him, stoned him, sent another person. I said, you know what? I send my son. Maybe they'll believe him. And they don't. According to this Bible in Revelations, the next great deity that's going to come on this earth is going to be the beast and the Antichrist. And people are going to worship them. People are going to believe them. Do you understand? It's simple. Everything the Bible talks about happens right before your eyes. It's straight dialogue in this Bible. You see, I guess people are like, well, you see what people fall off with Christ is. Like I was watching this movie yesterday. They try to compare Jesus to all these other false messiahs that were born on the 25th. Well, Christians know, true believers know that Jesus Christ was not born on the 25th. He has nothing to do with that. You understand? Easter. Jesus didn't rise when they say he rose. You see, what they did was they put Jesus in that category. But Jesus was never in the same category as them. His actual birthday ain't the 25th. They made his birthday the 25th. So if you're going to tell the truth to something, tell the whole truth. Because we know, true Christians know, that Christmas got nothing to do with Jesus Christ and his birth. And so does Easter, don't got nothing to do with his resurrection. There's pagan practices that the Romans and everybody else that took on, they do it. Think about the whole world celebrate Easter. If you do the math, all of them under the sway of the evil one. All these other religions got a deity that was born on the 25th. But not the Bible. The Son of God was not born on the 25th. Everybody knows this. You understand? They know it. That's a name, that's a birthday they gave him. He's not with them. That's why he said, my people know the truth. God gives you the truth. You see, the world's trying to mislead you. Look, Jesus is no different from this person. Jesus is no different from that person. True believers don't celebrate Christmas. Why? Because it has nothing to do with Christ. True believers ain't caught up in the myth of Easter. It's weird that you can celebrate the resurrection and Easter bunnies on the same day and say it's about one. No, it's not about Jesus. Simple. Do you understand? But it's just like the Bible said. All are not mine. All are not mine. You understand? It's a lot of people waking up or trying to. But the world keep drawing them back in. I'm telling you, until you get to a point where you can stick to that one book and study it, you're going to always be misled. And that's what I see a lot of Christians fall victim to. You know, I done met Christians that went to jail, right? And then, as soon as they get in jail, guess what comes? Muslims and other religious groups and try to teach them other ways. Well, if God sent you to jail as a Christian, you might want to teach them your way. And it's always a gang mentality with all the other believers of other things. You know, my cousin was telling me about how the Hebrew Israelites came up against Zeno Jenkins' church in a gang mob mentality. Pressuring him, Jesus is black, Jesus is black. Well, you understand, people, God sent his disciples out. Not in groups of 20. Groups of 2. Why? Because God wanted to show his power through least. It was one boy sitting in the Bible. He said, you got too many people. Gideon. You got too many people. If I send all those people right there, they won't know. They'll think that y'all delivered yourself. But go down to the river. And every man that laps like a dog, gird them up and send them to war. Everybody else who grabs their hand and suck, send them back home. So they started out with thousands. They was left with 300. God's trying to show you, I don't save by mass troops. I save by little. Why? To show it that he's God. He don't need thousands of people around trying to bully people into believing their belief system. True believers, we are more loners because we start seeing other so-called Christians that are not Christian. So we kind of step out from being a gang mentality. We're not a part of no specific church. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Most true believers aren't. Because it's kind of weird that all these churches still celebrate the 25th as Jesus' birthday. I'm just saying, I'm just being real. If your birthday, you know your actual birthday was May 17th, and then everybody's like, you know what? To fit in with everybody else, we're going to make your birthday August the 15th. That's a lie, right? If that's a lie, and no lies of God, why would you go after it? I'm just asking you a question. You see, the devil and his fallen angels, the fallen ones, been manipulating the world for so long and bringing all these deceits and things. And that's what people are worshiping. They're worshiping fallen ones, fallen deities. If all these other so-called messiahs were so strong and so powerful, why are their civilizations been wiped off the map? Egypt is no better than how it used to be. You understand? You take the Mayans, supposed to have been smart. Nothing. Rubble. The Bible shows you that God destroys other gods that claim to be gods. But the thing is, the Bible talks about them rising back up, getting power again. How they getting power? From you. From you. You see, God doesn't need our power. He's all powerful. He don't have to be worshipped. He don't, in order to gain strength. No, he's already strong. He don't need us to be revived. No. He's God and God alone. And he had one son. And the thing is, that people who believe on the Son, Jesus Christ, Yahshua, whatever you want to call him, we know what God that is, the God of the Bible. Don't let nobody trick you. You see, how can you be called the sons of God if you believe multiple myths? I'm just being real. I don't understand. You know, you can't have all this different stuff in your house. God said, if you're going to worship me, and worship me alone. You see, a lot of people think it's a game because a lot of these other religions make you think that you got another chance in this world. That after you die this time, you get reborn and you come back again. You get reborn and you come back again. You got multiple lives to live. So nobody fears hell because to them, hell is a myth. I'm going to come back as a bird. I'm going to come back as a tree. Okay. Really think about that, man. So basically what they're saying is God has a shortage of souls. The one that created all things have to reuse souls. That makes absolutely no sense. That's why a lot of people don't believe. Well, I believe this part of the Bible, but I just don't believe that part. If you read Jesus' teachings, they're good. There's nothing wrong with it. If you read the Lord's commandments, there's nothing wrong with it. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not. Okay, come on. And the thing is, let's say this now. Let's say all these other religions. Maybe they was trying to, some people were trying to get spiritual and know the truth, and they kept being fooled by false Christ. Think about that. What if that was the case? What if they were fooled by false Christ? What if they were fooled by Antichrist? What about all those Antichrists that came before Jesus Christ? You see, I believe Christ is the true Christ. I believe everybody who came before him weren't. That's my belief system, and I'm sticking to it. You understand? I know when I was going through hard times and I called out to the Father, I know he came in and gave me his word and he saved me. No other deity did that for me. God did it. He gave me his book and said, eat it and read it and understand it. Nobody else did. You understand? Nobody else. You see, what the thing you don't realize about these other deities, they're fighting for power. They're fighting to be worshipped. You understand? If you read Greek mythology, why it was so torn, they're fighting for one person worship Hercules, worship Zeus, one person worship Hera, one person worship Athena. It's like a competition with them. You understand? Well, there's no competition with my God. No competition. I'm going to stick to it and run with it. You understand? I am not going to let that change me from that. You know, one thing about it, like I said, about true believers, you know who called you out of the dark place. Most other religions, they still trying to figure out which one should I serve. Well, if you keep trying to figure it out, you're going to die in that sin of not ever figuring it out. Forever learning, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. People go to school, do this. Like I said, I met a woman a few years ago that was a Jew from Israel, was in the Israel army, went to school to learn certain things and left out of school worshiping other things. But when you go to her house, when we went to her house to move, she got the Lord's Passover set up. So I'm thinking she was a follower of Christ, follower of God. She's like, no, I believe in other ones too. I believe in other ways. I'm like, wow. So why you got the Passover? I don't understand. I don't understand, man. People think they can pull bits and pieces from different religions and make one. That's got to be the dumbest thing I ever heard. If you pay attention, they all contradictory. They all have different teachings. So what makes you think you can piece it together and get it right from doing all that? I'm glad God made a book for me that I ain't got to piece nothing together. All I got to do is pick it up. It's right there made for me. To whom much is given, much is required. God didn't allow a book to be put together for us. Well, guess what? The Quran is going to say the same thing. But the Quran also says that this is the final testament. This is the one that God gave us. The one God. Kind of weird though. It's kind of strange. Because that's what the deception going to be. People will be like, well, since I finished the Holy Bible, I need to graduate to being a Muslim. I need to read the rest of the Bible. I need to read the things that weren't put in this Bible. And grow more. And after you read the Quran, you're going to want some more. Then you're going to go to something else. And you're going to read that. You're going to start reading those doctrines of devils. And you're going to fall under his sway. He's calling out to everybody. Even God said, even Jesus said, he prays not for the world. Why? It's not that he don't want people to come. He know who he is. You know, that's God for you. I know who my real people are. I know who's false. It's simple. He ain't got to figure out who's going to make it. He knows. He already knows. You understand? The devil the one trying to trick you, not God. Let me pause and I will continue.